All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. If she be down the ride, oh, I'll bet that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is J.H. How you doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's talk. My videos from here on out are going to be a little bit different. Reason being is because it's too many other people trying to talk about the same thing. So I'm going to speak about things that I actually have experience with and know. The people that are talking about other things, they're only going to pull it up on ChatGPT. But let me start this video with a quick disclaimer before anybody gets in their feelings or jumps into the comments ready to argue with me. This is not me attacking window clerks. This is not personal, and I'm not saying I think every clerk is trash. I'm simply saying that there is a conversation that is happening behind the scenes that a lot of people are not ready for. And if you work for the Postal Service long enough, you already kind of know what I'm talking about. There are whispers, there are numbers, there are trends, and that's an uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to say out loud or talk about. Window clerk jobs might be the next dying craft. Not today, not tomorrow. Got a bug in my eye, but the writing is on the wall, and management is currently collecting data. And when the public starts reacting a certain way, and when the rest of the industries have already moved on from the window clerk model, it's only a matter of time before the Postal Service has to confront it. Now, you don't have to believe me. And this isn't coming from me. This is coming from surveys, internal analytics or analysis, and trend reports for UPS, FedEx, banks, basically every major retail chain they used before they cut back the human counters. Every single industry that has used someone behind the window has eventually realized the same thing. Customers do not want the counter anymore. That includes you. I guarantee 95% of you drive up to the bank, but you go to the little teller and you grab your money in and out, right? The automated one, you put your card in, beep, 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 and that's what you do, right? You as well. So I'm going to give you some numbers that have been circulating around the business world. You can look it up. And this one was done by, McKenna Retail Interface Group in early 2025. They're not government. They're not a union. They're just some outsider group. It's the same type of corporate market research place that every major company uses. And they found out 74% of customers under the age of 45 would prefer to deal with an automated system over a human at a service counter. That's probably all of y'all watching me right now. And another survey that they had was referenced in some type of internal leadership roundtable, and it's called Adler Consumer Heck something. That reported 71% of Americans are less stressed and more confident in using automated kiosks more than a human clerk. Now think about those numbers. 70% or more of customers do not want the interaction. What happens to the future of the job that only exists for interaction? Think about that. So let's keep it real. The Postal Service, you all have told me this, so you don't have to say, oh, Jay, you tripping. It still operates like it's 1985. a window counter, a long line, one clerk working, chewing gum, talking to other people, taking forever. The same model that they used back when everybody still mailed letters. And shit hit me today because I'm looking at a letter, right? And I thought for 1 second, I said, yo, suppose I decided not to get any of my bills through the mail anymore. Think about that. Everybody bitches and moans. I only get bills through the mail. What's left? What's left? The world has changed, but the craft, the window clerk craft has never adapted. Tell me I'm lying. You don't need a degree or a corporate title to notice that. You only need to walk into any post office in America and look up the reviews. I've been saying this for years. Go to Yelp, Google, Facebook, any city, any state nationwide, and you're going to see a review like this. Worst service I've ever experienced. Clerk rolled her eyes at me. Disappeared for 15 minutes. One told me just to come back tomorrow. They treat you like you're bothering them. I'd rather deal with the machine. I saw one that says, if Amazon had a storefront, I'd never step foot in a postal service again. These clerks hate customers. That's the review. You see the review like that everywhere. And I know some of y'all say, well, that's just a rude customer leaving a comment, probably. But there are thousands and thousands of the same exact complaints. Different cities, different people with the same exact story. They saying there's slow lines, bad attitudes, there's poor customer service, one clerk working while 3 others are standing around that don't care. Meanwhile, our competition has already shifted. Tell me I'm lying. UPS got drop boxes and integrated kiosks. We have a couple, but we ain't got a lot. FedEx has self-service stations, Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, airports, banks, Walmart. Everything is automated. Everything is one-touch transitions. People don't want to talk about the human to order food anymore. No. I couldn't stand going into McDonald's. Beep, 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 beep. That's what you got. You want to hear something wild? The Postal Service already knows this. They've been studying it for years because somebody at the top is eventually going to ask the question that nobody wants to hear. Why are we still paying window clerks when the public prefers automation? Look at it from a business angle. Don't take my word for it. Listen to what Steiner said the other day. Think about it. You don't have to pay a machine health benefits. You don't have to give a kiosk overtime. The kiosk doesn't call out sick. The computers, they don't show up late. Computers don't get attitudes. And the cost overall is lower. And the math is simple. Somebody upstairs, up at the top, has already done those calculations. Trust that. They pay people big money to do that. They pay us pennies, but they pay people big money to think about that. Management ain't dumb. And they know what retail and banking has already learned. Automated forces costs less. Automated workforces stays open 24/7. Automated workforces do not create negative customer experiences. This is the part that y'all really want to hear because don't want to hear because it's a wake-up call. The window is not dying because of technology. It's dying because customers don't want the window anymore. That's the part that seriously hurts. Not every clerk, not all clerks, not even most, but the craft itself has built a reputation. Slow, unfriendly, and outdated. Look it up for yourself. Man, I hate you, Jay. Hey, don't be mad because I'm putting stuff in front of your face that you don't want to see. USPS leadership already hears those complaints louder than anybody. And even if our union blocked automation today, which they tried, what happens when the next contract comes? Or the one that's after that? What happens when the public keeps choosing UPS, FedEx, not because they're better, but because they're easier? What happens when the numbers stop making sense? You think the union's going to stand there and say, oh, well, let's keep paying humans everything because the customers don't want human anymore? Eventually, something is going to give. It may look like, which it probably is today, fewer windows are open. They're definitely bringing in more kiosks. They are developing kiosks today. I promise you I know they are. They might even get some drive-through shipping stations. They'll have some spots that are drop-off only locations. They might have some self-serve pickups. You know, if you go into the post office, because I have a P.O. box, they'll throw a little key in there when I can go and click, and pick my stuff up, right? Instead of waiting at the window with a piece of paper, say, hey, can you get my pot? No. Machines issuing postage and labels, they do that already. It doesn't matter how loyal the union is today. Every industry that resisted, I promise you, got pushed away because the customers decide our future. And y'all ain't gotta want to admit it. If the clerk craft does not evolve, the system will evolve without it. And if anybody thinks that I'm reaching, just go to a real plant post office right now. They have kiosks. They already have stamp machines. They already got drop-offs. Do you think that's the end of their plan? That's the introduction. The older generation is fading out. Younger people want speed. That's y'all. Y'all want the speed. Technology is getting cheaper and the competition is getting stronger. Go search the highest rated post office in America. It's not because of workers. It's because they have 0 wait times and 100% kiosks and no counter interaction required. I'm just putting a message out there. And I don't believe the craft needs to die. I just believe it needs to fix one thing that's dragging it down. And Steiner said it the best. It's the customer experience. Because if public keeps giving the Postal Service 2-star ratings, if complaints never change, if the counter model stays stuck in the past, then what's the next round of talks going to look like? USPS going to drop the numbers on the table and say, we can cut clerk payroll by 40% and 50% and increase customer satisfaction by 70%. What's the argument is left? That's what nobody sees is coming. This isn't a warning from me. This isn't an attack in the craft. Because please somebody say, Jay, you tripping. Because I will have, after you watch this video, if I get enough people on here, I will have a clerk on here, one of my best friends, and he gonna tell you the same fucking thing. And he's a career, full-time career, numerous years. This is where the numbers, the reviews, and the trends are pointing. The future don't wait for feelings. The future doesn't keep jobs out of sympathy. The future doesn't play politics. And before you say he's one of your old friends, no, he's about 15, 20 years younger than me. And he knows it. The future goes where the customers already went. And that is a conversation that nobody at the Postal Service wants to hear. But somebody had to say it. Y'all used to watch this guy. Well, some of y'all are new to my channel, but yeah, Rico, full-time career clerk. You bring one on here, ask me to. I'll bring a clerk on here. He'll say the same shit. A real clerk, not the ones that are lazy. Trust me. Anyway, listen. It's just, again, this is just my opinion. But anybody that's been watching me for years knows that I ain't been wrong too much. All right, this is JH. Damn, Jay, you gonna leave it like that? No, I'm just putting information out there. I just saw those polls. That shit is wild. And I was like, damn, what's that gonna do to our clerks? That's what triggered this video. Think about it. Fuck you, Jay. That's all right. Y'all ain't gotta like what I gotta say. Y'all ain't even gotta like me. Oh, y'all ain't gotta like what I gotta say. I get that. Y'all ain't gotta like me either. I respect that. This is JH. All I hear is talking. I don't sweat that. And I'm out.
All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. If she be down the ride, oh, I'll bet that. Ooh.